Thousands of undocumented immigrants in the United States come from Asian countries. Many are in search of safety, opportunity, or simply a second chance. But which nations make up the largest groups? The answers may surprise you. From overstayed visas to desperate escapes, here are the 10 Asian countries with the highest numbers of undocumented immigrants in America, and the deeper stories behind those numbers. Number 10. Cambodia. Why are some Cambodians still living in the US without legal papers? The truth is that many of them never planned to become undocumented. Some arrived years ago as refugees or tourists, while others entered more recently. Yet, as of 2025, a significant number remain in the country without legal status. The reason lies in Cambodia's ongoing struggles. Although the country has seen growth in recent years, issues such as low-paying jobs, limited educational opportunities, and political pressure continue to affect people. Younger Cambodians face difficulty finding good work, and many lack trust in their government. For those who manage to secure a U.S. visa, whether for study or tourism, it often feels like a rare opportunity to build a better life. Undocumented Cambodians usually live in close-knit communities, particularly in Long Beach, California. Many work in nail salons, small shops, or cleaning jobs, anything that allows them to survive. They live quietly, hoping for immigration reforms or a chance to legalize their status. For them, staying in the U.S. is not about breaking the law. It's about finding peace, work, and the hope of a better future. Number 9. Myanmar. Why do so many people from Myanmar feel safer in the U.S., even without legal papers? Since the military takeover in 2021, Myanmar has endured political unrest, violence, and widespread fear. In 2025, the situation remains unstable, leaving many citizens, especially those from minority groups, feeling unsafe in their own country. This uncertainty drives thousands to leave, seeking peace in places like the U.S. Some arrive on student or tourist visas but refuse to return. Others enter through refugee programs, and when their legal status expires, they still choose to remain. Life in the U.S., even undocumented, feels far safer than returning to danger. Undocumented Burmese immigrants usually work in low-wage industries such as factories, restaurants, or cleaning services. They keep a low profile and try to stay unnoticed. Communities are growing in places like Fort Wayne, Indiana, and parts of California. For them, living in the U.S. in 2025 is not just about money, it's about safety, freedom, and the possibility of a life without fear. Number 8. Bangladesh. Why do so many Bangladeshis overstay their visas in 2025? Bangladesh is developing quickly, yet not everyone benefits equally. Many still face low wages, limited job opportunities, and high living costs. These struggles push thousands to look abroad for better prospects, with the U.S. being a top destination. Most Bangladeshis enter legally through student or visitor visas. However, once they see the opportunities in America, many decide to remain. They take jobs in cities such as New York and Detroit, working in food delivery, gas stations, or ride-sharing services. The visa system in the U.S. is notoriously slow and difficult, and even those who try to stay legally often find themselves stuck waiting for years. As a result, many Bangladeshis live and work undocumented. In 2025, their main goal is stability. They send money home to support families and hold on to the hope of fixing their legal status one day. For them, overstaying is less about choice and more about survival and responsibility toward loved ones. Number 7. Nepal. Why do many Nepalese students choose not to return after studying in the U.S.? In 2025, record numbers of Nepalese students are enrolled in American colleges and universities, attracted by high-quality education and the promise of greater job opportunities. However, many of these students remain in the U.S. after graduation. The reason is simple: going back often means limited opportunities. Despite holding valuable degrees, graduates in Nepal struggled to find jobs that match their skills. Many feel their education and potential would be wasted at home. Instead of returning, they choose to overstay their visas and build a future in America. Most undocumented Nepalese work in restaurants, gas stations, or delivery services to support themselves. They often settle in areas with established Nepali communities such as Dallas or New York, where they find a sense of belonging. In 2025, their numbers continue to grow. For them, the US is not just a place of study, it is the place where they discovered hope and a life they don't want to leave behind. Number 6. Pakistan. Why do so many Pakistanis in the US feel caught between two worlds? In 2025, Pakistan continues to face major challenges, including power shortages, political instability, inflation, and unemployment. Many people leave in search of a fresh start, and the US remains one of the top destinations. Some Pakistanis enter on student, work, or family visas. But when their visas expire, they choose to stay. Jobs in trucking, small shops, or ride-sharing pay far more than they could earn at home. For some, returning to Pakistan means facing instability or uncertainty. Others have already built meaningful lives in the US, families, businesses, and communities they don't want to abandon. However, green card delays and strict visa requirements make legal status difficult to achieve. By 2025, undocumented Pakistanis are mostly concentrated in large cities like Houston, Chicago, and New York. They work quietly, waiting for a chance to resolve their papers. Their reason for staying is clear. They have built something real in America and don't want to lose it. Midway break. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more content like this. Number 5. Vietnam. How do long waits and endless red tape push Vietnamese immigrants to remain in the US without papers? In 2025, many Vietnamese families are still stuck in the backlog for green cards, often waiting years, sometimes decades, for approval. Because of this, some people enter on visitor or student visas but choose not to leave when their time runs out. They cannot bear the idea of waiting indefinitely. While Vietnam has made progress in recent years, many still face unstable job markets and low wages. For some, staying undocumented in the US means they can earn more, support their families, and live with greater stability. Others stay because they already have relatives in America and don't want to be separated. The majority of undocumented Vietnamese settle in states like California and Texas, working in nail salons, restaurants, or construction. They try to live quietly, avoiding unnecessary risks. In 2025, their biggest struggle is not only immigration law, it's time itself. After years of waiting for legal status, many continue to believe that their future will be brighter in America, even if they remain undocumented for now. Number 4. South Korea. Why would people from a wealthy, modern nation like South Korea choose to live in the US illegally? Surprisingly, in 2025, tens of thousands of South Koreans still reside in the United States without legal status. The issue is not always money, it's pressure. South Korea may be prosperous, but life there can be overwhelming. Citizens face long work hours, high academic expectations, and intense social demands. For many, the US offers a chance to escape that pressure and live more freely. Some come for education, tourism, or short-term work, but when their visas expire, they quietly stay. Undocumented South Koreans often find work in cafes, nail salons, tutoring, or small businesses. Strong Korean communities in Los Angeles and New York provide support, making it easier for newcomers to adjust. By 2025, the main reason South Koreans remain undocumented is simple. They value peace of mind, independence, and a slower pace of life. The US provides freedoms that they feel they cannot find at home, even if it means living without proper papers. Number 3. Philippines. Why do so many Filipinos remain undocumented in the US in 2025, despite decades of close ties between the two nations? The United States and the Philippines share a long and historic relationship, yet legal immigration is still not simple. Many Filipinos come for work opportunities, particularly in healthcare, caregiving, or service industries. These fields remain in high demand, but legal pathways are often limited. Some Filipinos enter with work, tourist, or job-related visas, but once they experience the higher wages, greater freedom, and better opportunities for their children, they decide to stay. Filipino communities thrive in Hawaii, California, Nevada, and New York. Known for their hard work and strong family values, undocumented Filipinos often hold full-time jobs, send remittances back home, and avoid legal trouble. Their biggest challenge in 2025 is the painfully slow visa system. Family-based immigration can take years, leaving many undocumented Filipinos waiting and hoping for reform, while still living honest and productive lives in the U.S. Number 2. China. What drives so many Chinese nationals to remain in the U.S. without papers in 2025? While China is a powerful and rapidly developing country, many citizens still feel constrained by political pressure, strict regulations, and limited personal freedoms. For this reason, many look to America as a place where they can live more openly. Some Chinese come legally for study or tourism, while others arrive through smuggling networks or forged documents. Once in the U.S., they often work in restaurants, massage parlors, factories, or other labor-intensive industries. Large Chinese communities in New York's Chinatown or San Francisco provide support and connection. For many, living undocumented in America means enjoying freedom of speech and personal independence that they may not feel back home. In 2025, their motivation is not only financial, it is about freedom. Many say that even without legal status, they finally feel like they can breathe. They live quietly, work hard, and continue to hope for a path to full rights in the future. Number 1. India. Why are so many Indians still undocumented in the U.S. in 2025? The primary reason is visa overstays. Unlike other groups, most undocumented Indians did not cross borders illegally, they entered legally. Students, tech workers, and tourists all arrived with valid visas. The issue arises when these visas expire, and people decide to remain. The U.S. immigration system is notoriously slow. Some Indians have waited more than a decade for a green card or permanent residency. In that time, they have built lives in America, finding jobs, starting families, and creating communities that feel like home. Although India is rapidly developing, many young people still face immense job competition, social pressure, and limited opportunities back home. In the U.S., even modest jobs like trucking or gas station work can provide more freedom and stability than high-pressure positions in India. By 2025, undocumented Indians are not trying to break the law. They are simply holding onto the lives they have already built. For them, the American dream began with legal entry, but it stalled within a broken system. You might not have expected some of these countries to be on this list, but that's the point. Illegal immigration is not just about borders, it is about broken systems, human struggles, and lives lived in the shadows. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more insightful videos like this.